Aging isn't just a slow decline, it's a biological traffic jam. Over time, our bodies accumulate senescent cells, dysfunctional, non-dividing remnants of once active cells that refuse to die. These so-called zombie cells don't contribute anything useful, but they're far from quiet. They churn out inflammatory chemicals, disrupt nearby tissues, and accelerate the breakdown of organs ranging from the brain to the skin to the cardiovascular system. If aging is the fire, senescent cells are the gasoline, and the longer they linger, the faster the fire spreads. So, why do these cells accumulate in the first place? In youth, senescence is a protective mechanism, a cellular emergency brake that halts damaged or stressed cells from dividing and becoming cancerous. But with age, the body's ability to clear out these cells diminishes. Immune surveillance drops, cellular cleanup crews go on strike, and suddenly, tissues become cluttered with metabolically active, but functionally useless, cells. Their secretion of pro-inflammatory cytokines, proteases, and reactive oxygen species, known collectively as the SASP, senescence-associated secretory phenotype, becomes a toxic stew that damages healthy neighbors, attracts more inflammation, and alters the local environment in ways that fuel aging. Enter senolytics, a class of compounds designed to selectively remove senescent cells without harming normal, healthy ones. Compounds like physidin, quercetin, and dasatinib have shown promise in preclinical models. They act like precision bouncers at a bad party, identifying and ejecting the troublemakers before they cause a riot. But now, researchers are turning their attention to a new, surprising class of candidates, psychedelic fungi, or more specifically, their active ingredient, psilocybin. While psilocybin's fame comes from its mind-bending effects and its growing reputation as a rapid-acting antidepressant, the molecule's downstream effects at the cellular level are sparking new curiosity. Once metabolized into psilocin, it binds to 5-HT2A serotonin receptors not just in the brain but throughout the body, on immune cells in the gut, and even in some peripheral tissues. This interaction sparks a cascade of changes that researchers believe may modify inflammatory signaling, improve mitochondrial function, and support cellular resilience. Here's where things get exciting. Some recent studies in psychedelic neuroscience suggest psilocybin may help normalize immune function, restoring balance in the body's response to chronic stress and low-grade inflammation, both of which are key drivers of senescent cell survival. Inflammation, paradoxically, both creates and protects senescent cells by creating a tissue environment that favors their persistence. If psilocybin can cool the fire, it may also allow the body's natural senescent cell clearance systems, especially natural killer cells and macrophages, to resume their duties more efficiently. But beyond immune modulation, there's an even more intriguing possibility: psilocybin as a xenomorphic or senolytic agent in its own right. Some early-stage, exploratory research is looking at whether psilocyin's receptor activity could push senescent cells toward apoptosis, the clean form of programmed cell death that senescent cells stubbornly avoid. Since psilocybin has been shown to impact pathways tied to cellular stress responses, oxidative balance, and mitochondrial cleanup, mitophagy, there's a plausible hypothesis that it might act similarly to other natural senolytics like physidin, not through brute force toxicity, but by reawakening the self-destruct sequence in cells that are no longer pulling their weight. Even if psilocybin turns out not to be a classical senolytic in the same league as quercetin or navitoclax, its ability to indirectly support senescent cell clearance through immune, mitochondrial, and anti-inflammatory channels is still hugely valuable. Aging is a systems-level breakdown, and zombie cells are both a symptom and a cause. Psilocybin appears to be one of the few compounds that can influence multiple hallmarks of aging at once: inflammation, cellular energy failure, immune decline, and even emotional stress, all of which converge to allow senescence to thrive. It's also worth noting the psychological angle. Mental stress and depression are linked to biological aging through increased inflammation and cortisol, which can promote cellular senescence. Psilocybin's potent antidepressant effect may, by extension, help reduce the systemic burden that supports zombie cell survival. That's not just mental wellness, it's molecular hygiene. We're still in the early days of understanding how psychedelic fungi might play into the future of anti-aging therapy. But as the fields of geroscience and psychedelic medicine begin to cross-pollinate, one thing is becoming clear: the fungi that once helped humans explore the cosmos of consciousness may now help us clean house at the cellular level. By gently reactivating systems of repair and renewal, and maybe even nudging senescent cells off the stage, psilocybin could offer a novel, multi-pathway route to reclaiming cellular youth without genetic manipulation or harsh interventions. It's a poetic twist. The same mushrooms that shift perception might also shift the course of aging itself, starting, as always, with the cells that refuse to leave.